It's me, Josh Hunter. I'm presently in the city of Santa Monica, California. A couple of things I'd like to update. Oh, it's an update. I lost a subscriber, so I've got 4 subscribers now. No longer 5 subscribers, 4 subscribers. So I guess my content just wasn't bringing it. Anyway, so a couple of videos back, I mentioned how I became a little suspicious, paranoid even. I don't know. I suddenly got this idea that like Christians were against me. Like all the Christians and Christianity were against me. And I don't know. It just made me a little nervous. And I kept going through my life thinking, and I'm like, wait a minute. I've mostly been friends with Christians my whole life, Christians and Catholics. The various sects of Christianity. And I'm like, why don't I have any friends? Why can't I seem to get anyone to like me? Why can't I? Most 85% of the people that I have known my whole life have been Christians. And so, I got to thinking, and I never really read the Bible. I mean, not in its entirety and not with any seriousness. But, I don't know. So, part of this is I want to see if this is, I want to see how things pan out, so to speak. I got this idea that, maybe not necessarily all Christians, but simply the idea of Christianity was something that was standing in my way, preventing me from having my house. And so you might say, Josh, how could Christians just be standing in the way of you be having a house? How could all Christianity and Christians be the ones interfering with you constantly? How could that be the case? I don't know. So I started reading the Bible, and I should have watched that video. I had some good points, because I'm not angry or whatever, but I said, okay, I want to find out if Christianity is real. So I'm going to try and dismantle it. I'm going to try and dismantle Christianity and see if it's a real thing. So I found a Bible, and I just randomly started reading it. I mean, I wasn't going through any particular page. And so I want to keep you informed as to the progress of my dismantling. Because if it's real, if it's truly depicting God, the one true God who exists. Now let me also say, I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Buddhist, I'm not a Krishna guy, what's the other one? Oh, I'm not a part of Judaism either. Are there other main religions? I don't know. Anyway, so I was thinking, what if? So if it's true, if the teachings in the Holy Bible are true, I shouldn't be able to dismantle it. God should come and take me out or something. And another thing I thought was very interesting, there's this old saying, if I'm lying, strike me down with lightning or whatever. That statue in Brazil or in South America, Christ the Redeemer, it got struck by lightning. I think that's an indicator as to something. The statue of Jesus, who is supposed to represent Christianity, got struck by lightning, I think multiple times. When Jim Caviezel played Jesus in the movies, I think he got struck by lightning or something anyway. So I just I want to see if my paranoia is correct, and I also really want to get housed. So let's see how this turns out. All right. So I'll just let you know one of the first things I noticed, and then we'll take it from there. The first thing that I noticed, these 2 guys are standing right here, just lingering fellows. That's when you always need to be suspicious when there's just people lingering. It's one thing to be just being somewhere, but not necessarily loitering. Lingering, that's the issue, because I always notice that, especially sudden lingering. Anyway, all right. So I just randomly opened up a page in the Bible, and it was talking. Now you can interpret this however you want. Obviously, if you were a child, you'd have to interpret it in the way that makes most sense to you. So it was Jesus. He was saying a bunch of things, and He said, if you want to be my disciple, you have to hate your whole family or something. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of you have to give up everything if you want to be my disciple, if you want to follow me. And I thought that's kind of unusual, you know. And when it's presented in this holy fashion, it's like you're like, oh, give up everything for God. But he hasn't yet proven that he's God at this point, right? All he's done, he's healed people, right? Is that all God does? God's the manager, right? God's got a lot of things to do. Why doesn't he like fix like the infrastructure of the of the city or something? Why doesn't he, give people jobs, give people things that they need, better health care. Why, anyway. So I thought this, I guess I should have kept, all right, let me say what Bible it was too. It was a Gideon Bible, the kind that they always have in like motels or something. So I'm just gonna let you know, I noticed a lot of other things too, but I'm not gonna bring all that up. It's the first thing I want you to realize. At some point, there is some phrase similar to this phrase. It says, Jesus says, if you want to be my disciple, you have to hate your whole family, which I think is interpreted as you have to like give up everything. But I believe in the word in the book was either hate or despise. And that makes me wonder, because like that seems like it's like what like a crook would do. That's like what a criminal would do. It's like, all right, you got to give up everything. It's like, give me all your money, stick them up, give me everything you got. Because I've been thinking about what's going on right now. Like generally, like the people who are very much in line with Christianity, like what's going on right now? What is the most over the last like 5 years? 10 years, like the more people that are exposed to Christianity, the more people seem to hate their families. When you think like the longer we go on, people are just like, oh, the family is falling apart, the family in the home. Okay, now Jesus said a lot of things, and I'm sure what they say Jesus said in this book, a lot of things got said, and I'm saying like this is in the book. Okay, I didn't write this. I didn't say, oh. Because normally, when intellectuals or whoever, or atheists or whatever, are trying to prove that Jesus is wrong or whatever, they usually use examples like, they're usually more about logic. It's like, could God build a rock so heavy that he couldn't lift? That type of thing. That's not enough to convince someone. You have to give someone something in their own life that they can relate to, and that they can connect to the things that have happened in their life. There's a line in the Bible, this holy Bible, the Gideon one anyway, that you must hate your whole family if you want to become my disciple. This is what Jesus said. And if you look and examine your own life, think about all the principles that you have been following, and look at your family. Like the closer you get to Christianity, the closer you get to following the things that are going on in this book, how close do you feel to your family? Do you feel like Christianity has made you closer to your family or further away from your family? What makes you feel warm and close to the people that you care about, the blood relatives, that type of thing? And maybe not just blood relatives, whoever you consider to be your family. Once more, let me remind you that most religions are always trying to get you to go away from earth. Not just Christianity, but every religion is like, earth is shitty. Come to where we're telling you to come. Don't stay on earth. Earth is bad. Come to heaven, the heaven that we described to you. Come to the heaven that we described to you, but did not show you in plain and unmistakable terms. That's what hustlers do. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of these guys are criminals. I think like the religion is like just crime. These guys are just a bunch of hustlers. They figure out a way to get this like type of energies, which they call spiritual or whatever, and they're able to give you gifts, which makes you think that they are good. And maybe everyone's in on it. Like maybe I'm the sucker, and like, or maybe I'm the guy like who doesn't like understand. Like, oh, this is just a game we play. Like, why do you care? Like, it's just what we do. Yeah, we know it's a crime. This is what we do. Maybe that's the case. What I'm saying is, if someone's gonna make a promise, okay, like if you're gonna go and buy a car, you want to examine the car. You want to make sure that it's got everything that they say it does. If someone's promising you heaven, well, give me some details, like something that I can verify. They can never verify it. All they do is they give you gifts and they give you feelings. They say, here's the feeling of it. That's why you need to be conscious. That's why you need to be sober. If someone is presenting something to you as reality, they're saying like, this is true. Think about that what that Katy Perry song, right? It's like, this is real, so turn away and never win. This is real, so run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. And the song is called Teenage Dream. Think about it. Like when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, dude. Let you put your hands on me, skin tight jeans, you know. And but if you really take the time to think about it, it's like with like believe me, like this is real. And when you think about all your teenage relationships, your relationships that you had when you're a teenager, do those feel real to you now as an adult? Do you think, oh, the most real things I ever had in my life were when I was a teenager? No, you didn't know anything. So I'm saying, like, you just, if you want to be like, you know, this is my perspective, obviously. You don't take everything that I say with a grain of salt. This is coming from the perspective of a man who's been homeless for 8 years. I'm obviously not on board with a lot of things. Like, all I care about is drinking beer, watching TV, playing video games, and like staying at home, and whatever it takes to sustain that activity. And to my knowledge, you know, Christianity ain't helping out with that. Okay, so, yeah, you have to, so like I said, most religions are trying to get you to go away from the earth. They don't, and you, so the question is, where is this coming from? Where do religions come from? Like if you were just able to use your mind actively, because what you do is essentially you're paying the religions to think for you. You're paying Jesus to think for you. You're paying Krishna to think for you. You're paying Buddha to think for you. You're paying Muhammad to think for you. You're paying Yahweh to think for you. I don't know. Do Judaism, do they have a guy? Like I don't know. I haven't studied. I don't know. Anyway, you're paying these guys to do your thinking for you. And at some point, I mean, they have to be trustworthy. They have to prove that they're trustworthy. Have the religions proven that they're trustworthy? Even if I'm misinterpreting the line, if some people are saying, oh, well, when they said, like, you have to hate your whole family, they mean, like, even if I am, that very plain, like, couldn't they say that in some other way? Like, why was it written, you have to hate your whole family in order to be my disciple? Because guess what? At the end of that, you'll have nothing. If you don't have your family, then you'll have to depend on Jesus. You'll have to depend on these guys. You know, like, if they're saying, like, go, like, run away and don't ever look back. If they're saying go away from the earth, like, go away from these places, and then, like, what ultimately must happen? You will just become a slave, right? Or something worse than a slave. I don't know. My feelings tell me I was, like, a little guessing on that. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know this is my progress thus far on the dismantling of Christianity. I have not yet decided to dismantle any of the other religions. Not yet. I would really like to be indoors, and I'd hope somebody would have bribed me by now. Like, I'd hope someone would understand that the dismantling of these religions is not like some difficult thing. I mean, for example, we have a coronavirus going on. How many of the people who died from coronavirus really, really, really believed in this stuff? And where was God when they died? Where was God when they got sick? Where was I'm saying you believe in these things, but when you really need them, where are they? Feelings aren't enough. I know, anyway. So, I'm hoping that you other religions are going to be smart, and you guys start bribing me, get me a house as soon as possible, like I described, okay? With all the beers that I could ever have, at least 50 and more than 50 video games, tons of, PS5, PS3, PS4, PS2. It depends. I don't know which ones are backwards compatible. Unlimited food, and obviously I want to feel safe. I don't want like guys coming up on me in the middle of the night, with like a knife or something. Anyway, I mean, I'll do my own security, just make sure. I mean, it's a good place. Maybe somewhere here in Santa Monica. Because like I said, I'm starting with Christianity. And if I don't get the bribes that I need, I'm going to dismantle the next ones. I'm going to go to the next one, and then you're not going to have anything. All you're going to have is mathematics. So, I'm just saying this because I'm talking about, remember, I've got preservation of infrastructure, preservation of needful structures. And right now, my numbers are telling me that these religions are no longer needful structures based on what people say what they want. People saying that they're shopping during a pandemic tells me something. That's all I'm saying. I'm 34 years old, and I've got the best grade. Hold on, let me shit. I'm 34 years old. Getting nervous. All right. I'm 34 years old, and I've got the best grades on earth.